there, welcome to Vinci Hair Clinic Africa's YouTube channel. My name is Agnes, and today we are diving into the most requested topic, probably on our channel ever, hair transplants. If you're considering getting one, or heard about it somewhere, or you want to know more about it, this is the one and only video you would need to watch. And I have right here with me a hair transplant surgeon extraordinaire, Dr. Chioma. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you very much, Akachi. I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so let's start from the very top. What is a hair transplant?
Okay, a hair transplant is a procedure that involves taking follicles from usually the back of the head, which is where we have the strongest quality of hair, and is transplanted into the areas that are experiencing baldness, thinning, or patches of hair loss. That's what it typically means. So it's a permanent solution to hair loss.
Oh, well, that's quite interesting. So why would someone actually need a hair transplant?
That's a very important question. There's a variety of reasons why a person could need a hair transplant. Hair transplant procedures are done for people who have genetic alopecia, which is basically hair loss that is inherited. It can also be done in people who have experienced hair loss, maybe from scarring. So it's not just an aesthetic procedure, it's used to restore confidence, basically.
Okay, that's nice. So at what point should someone consider getting one?
So what we typically advise is when you start noticing maybe thinning out hair, which is the early stages of hair loss. It's something we call miniaturization of your follicles. Okay. That's the best time for you to look for a clinic, a well-accredited clinic, to come for a consultation. So it's usually best to detect these things as early as possible so that we can institute treatments on time.
So let's assume I want to get a hair transplant now. How long does that procedure take? Is it like for 10 hours, a whole day? How long does the procedure take?
Well, depending on the amount of hair loss that has happened, it typically takes about 6 to 8 hours to complete. But it's a day procedure, so you can go home that very day.
So I don't have to sleep over in the hospital? I can just go home.
No, you don't. You can go home that day. The only thing we say is that you should get a driver, or maybe you can call an Uber to take you home after that, but you go home on the same day.
Okay, that makes sense. But now a question that is on my own mind, as someone that's afraid of needles and hospitals and clinics, will it be painful?
We get this question all the time. Everybody asks this question. So typically a hair transplant procedure shouldn't be painful because it's done under anesthesia. The anesthesia is local, by the way, so it's
not the general one.
Yes, so yes, you're not going to sleep off. You'll be awake during the procedure, so you shouldn't feel the pain after we have injected the anesthesia. You might feel some numbness after the procedure, but you'll be given painkillers to take care of that.
Okay, that is relieving. So let's talk about taking like the grafts from the back. Will I have scars if you take from the back of my head?
Oh, no. Okay, I understand what you're asking. So at Vinci Hair Clinic, we use a procedure called follicular unit extraction. This method makes sure that we don't have any scarring. The donor area heals in 7 days, and typically no one is going to know that you've had anything done.
No one is going to know.
No, the hair is going to grow and cover the areas. Like no one is going to know. Yeah.
Okay, so if I get a hair transplant today, how quickly will I see results? Because I know like people want to get results as soon as possible.
Yes.
So how quickly will I see results?
Yes. So with a hair transplant, it requires a lot of patience. So in as little as 3 months, you can start to see minimal growth. But we usually give as much as 9 to 12 months in order for us to allow full visible hair growth to occur.
Okay, that makes sense. So will the transplanted area, will it fall out? The transplanted hair fall out? Like, is it going to come off eventually?
Like after the transplant?
Yes.
No, so like I said in the beginning, a hair transplant is a permanent solution. The idea behind the hair transplant is that we are getting the hair from the back of the head, which is where we have the strongest quality of hair. That's one. And also the hair in this area has been found to be resistant to a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, which is responsible which is responsible for hair loss. Yes. So when we get the hair from there and it's transplanted into the recipient areas, we don't expect that the hair is going to fall off afterwards.
Okay. So my next question for you now is, who actually qualifies for a hair transplant? Can I come into the office or to the clinic and say, okay, well, I want to do a hair transplant? give me a hair transplant now?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Well, usually what we advise is that you come in for a consultation because, anybody can be a candidate, but we need to assess you first. There's some factors we take into consideration: the reason for the hair loss, the extent of the hair loss, the patient's age, and also if there are other underlying conditions. So these are some of the things that we put into consideration before we recommend a hair transplant for anyone, which is why it's very important for anyone that wants to have a procedure done to have a consultation with the doctor first.
Okay, consultation is very important.
Very, and it's free here.
Okay, so yeah. So my last question for you now is, how safe is this procedure? I feel like it's a pretty new procedure compared to other procedures. So how safe is it? Am I going to be in safe hands? What's the level of safety I'm expecting from this procedure?
Hair transplants are quite safe. Complications typically are very, very low, and especially in the hands of trained doctors, you don't have anything typically to worry about. At Vinci Hair Clinic, we make sure that we adopt global health standards. Our procedures are sterile as possible to make sure that we're going to deliver the best care possible for each patient.
So guys, you have heard from Dr. Chioma. The hair transplant procedure is very safe, and before you even consider getting it done, ensure you come into the clinic for your free hair consultation. She would attend to you. The doctors are on standby waiting to attend to you, okay? Thank you, Dr. Chioma, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's been a delight speaking to you as usual.
Oh, thank you. Subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on sweet content like this. Follow us across all social media platforms, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.